A level calibration of the air suspension in the Actros is very important for safety reasons. At 30 km an hour, the vehicle sets itself automatically to driving level. If the level is not set correctly and the driving level is set too high, it can happen that the truck does not fit under bridges and an accident occurs. If the driving level is too low, the suspension is also shortened accordingly, and it can happen that even a small bump, the Actros hits against the frame. Okay, let's get to work. A correct calibration of the driving level is only possible when the Actros is on a level surface. You also need a pit. First, a visual check. To closely examine the linkage of the sensors. In front, there's a sensor which determines the front height level. If the linkage of the sensor is damaged or bent, a false value is transmitted to the control device. Also at the rear on both sides there is a sensor with linkage. Neither linkage nor connection may be bent or damaged. The tire profile is also important. Measure the profile in all 6 tires to see if there's enough grip. Before you can begin with the calibration, the battery must be supplied with power. Supply the vehicle also with an air supply, so you have enough air pressure in the reservoirs during the calibration. Connect the star diagnosis. Now the measuring station with the test manometers is used. In the respective test connections, the Actros is connected with the single manometers. The connections and tubes are marked with colors. Which connection you link to which manometers we leave to you. Notice only which manometer clock indicates which pressure. Now, however, we can get going. In the star diagnosis, choose first truck. Then the automatic class entrance, the data is then determined. Confirm with F3. Then further with F2. Afterwards choose Control Unit Direct Entrance. Now the chassis number and kilometers are indicated. Proceed with F2. Click the Control Unit Rear Module. Then on to Control Unit Adaptation. Confirm with F3. First carry out a pressure sensor calibration. Pay attention to the instructions on the screen. Very important. The trailing axle must be down for this process. Lower the trailing axle now with F5. The vehicle must be now lowered completely. F5 activates this process. Let out the air of the front and rear completely. Observe the 3 manometers. Now the pressure must amount to approximately 0 bar. If that's the case, you can confirm with F2, the 0 bar calibration. That was it with the pressure sensor calibration. Now with the hand operating unit, bring the Actros to driving level. With F2 you come back again. Now proceed with the real level calibration. You select this here. The safety tips are to be followed. In the next picture, the conditions for a successful level calibration are indicated to you. Read these carefully. Further with F2. Sync the axle again completely with F5. Confirm with F2. Now the vehicle must be completely raised in front and behind with F4 and F7. Hold the respective keys. Now the distance holders are required. Which size you need for which vehicle you infer from the VIS document. The distant pieces for the front axle you make yourself from steel channel. Take the measurements from the same VIS document. The distance holders are used in front and behind between frame and axle. Now the vehicle can be lowered onto the distance holders. Use the keys F5 and F8. Hold the keys until the Actros rests on the steel. 3 manometers in front and rear must indicate approximately 0 bar. Press F2 and once more F2 to calibrate. Afterwards, raise the Actros in front and rear to the upper final limit. The air pressure in all clocks may amount to no more than 2 bar with an unloaded vehicle. Further with F2. Press F2 to calibrate. Now the distance holders can be removed again. The last measuring point is the lower final limit. Let the vehicle down to the final point until the manometers indicate once again 0 bar. With F2, calibrate again. And that was it for the level calibration. Quit with F3. Finally, it must still be programmed. Choose Programming Process. Safety instructions must be read. Further with F2. And now let the Actros dance a little. Repeatedly press the arrow key and the bar may not disappear. When the right driving level is set, the chassis member must have an angle of 90 degrees to the suspension. Check this. When that's finished, don't forget to set the light, the distance cruise control, and the lane assistant to the new driving level.